What's up, world? It's your boy Ozmosis Jones, and we're back at it again for another action figure conversation. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the Gamerverse Kamala Khan, aka Ms.Marvel. And no, we're not talking about Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, but this is Kamala Khan. Um, I'm not going to pretend like I know or have the most knowledge of this character. Um, I knew she's from the I guess what is it, the all different all new Avengers or something like that. And she's a pretty big character in that, but I didn't really know a whole lot about her. But I felt like I need to have her and put to be able to put her on my Avengers shelf or my Spider-Man shelf because I feel like I feel like they had some dealings because I know she was linked up with Miles Morales there for a little while and whatnot. So um, I picked her up, and I had plans before to pick up the one that came in the Sandman wave, but I was a little bit tardy to the party on that one, missed out on it. So of course I checked eBay and things like that, and she still was up for like a price of like $17 to like $20. So I was like, maybe I'll wait, maybe I'll just keep an eye on the price, blah blah blah. Fast forward, they re-released it. They re-released her with a couple new tweaks in this Gamerverse wave, and we'll get to that here in a second. As you can see, let me bring her a little bit closer here to the camera. You can definitely see that compared to the comic version, a lot of her colors are muted. The one that came in the Sandman wave was definitely, I'm gonna say, a hell of a lot brighter. The blues were brighter, the reds were brighter. I think the hair was brown in that one. But for this one, this re-release, you know, they decided to go with a little bit like a more, I guess, a more of a realistic look to her suit. Um, I mean, you may not be able to see here in the camera, but it looks like her eyes have like that like a, I don't know what kind of print that is, but it's not, doesn't look painted on. It looks like it was printed on there, and it looks real good, real clean. No real complaints as far as the paint apps go on this one. Like, looks really good. Also, if you take a look at her boots, they're not like the slipper type boots that we've seen on the comic characters. She has a more of a realistic looking combat boot, which for me, I'm not gonna complain because, like I said, I'm still gonna put her with my comic characters, but you know, just her footwear doesn't really match with the comic guys or her colors. But it's neither here nor there. It's still a good pickup for me. Um, it's She still looks like she's on that teenager buck, but we'll get to that articulation segment in a little bit. One a couple things that I did notice is that I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like her um, shoulder to her elbow area is a little bit longer than maybe it should be. I don't know, um, but it still meets to like her like right here on her thigh where like your arm would naturally meet, but it just looks a little bit longer to me. I mean, that's just my personal opinion on it, but I mean, you guys might, if you pick it up, you might notice it to be a little bit different. The accessories that she comes with in the packaging, not a whole lot, but um, she has her extra arm, well, four arms and hands here all together. Uh, the what's that? That would be her left is the fisted and her right is the open hand. So those are cool. One thing that I did notice is these pegs on this, um, from porting it in and out. You might want to be careful because they're kind of thin. So you might end up running into a little bit of trouble or putting stress on that peg, maybe even breaking it. So just be mindful of that. But other than that, I mean, they look good on her. Uh, But for those of you who don't know, um, Kamala Khan, she isn't a mutant, and she doesn't have, and her powers weren't like, yeah, she didn't just like develop her powers. Um, she's actually an inhuman. This is something that I learned just by doing a little bit of research on her because I didn't know a whole lot about her. But she's actually an inhuman. Her powers are pretty dope, though. I mean, she's pretty much like four superheroes in one. So to me, I think that's pretty freaking amazing. Um, she has shape-shifting abilities like Mystique. She can make herself look completely different and or identical to another person. She has like Ant-Man, Hank Pym. Like she can change her size from big to little. You know what I'm saying? So that's another dope power. And she also has the uh, the ability to stretch her limbs, kind of like Mr. Fantastic. So like that's pretty dope. Um, and I think she's supposed to be pretty smart as well. So again, that's like her fourth superpower. So like she's a to me she's a great character for what I know of her so far. I'm definitely gonna also maybe pick up a couple things about her and stuff like that, her comic books and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I mean the art might not really go through a full articulation, but of course, you know, she has her single jointed elbows that most female characters have. She's on that teenager buck, so she is considerably shorter than the rest of than your adult size figures. Of course, the hair hinders her looking up, but she can look down about that far. She has very good movement in the torso, so she can lean with it very good, go the whole way around very well. Uh, She can get with the well, not really get with the splits, but she can do a decent split. This dress piece is cut on each side, as you can see, and it doesn't really hinder the articulation at all. She's a double jointed knee. It feels like the knees are a little gummy, but I've been noticing that on a lot of figures here lately. So I don't know what that could be from, but yeah, she also has, of course, the thigh cut, double jointed knee, boot cut, pretty generous ankle rocker as always. Foot can go down that much, up that much. So articulation is definitely there for her. So, you know, again, if this is a character that you guys really want to pick up, I say go ahead, go for it. If you missed out like I did on the first go around, definitely go ahead, grab her, and I mean I don't think you'll be sorry for it. You might be wondering why I have. Of course, you should know why I have Captain Marvel sitting there in the back, but I also have Wolverine there too. Wolverine made an appearance in the first issues of her comic book of Ms. Marvel's comic book. So I just wanted to have a little friend there for her to have. Also, let's talk about this real quick. Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, she comes with the torso piece for the Build-A-Figure Abomination from the Gamerverse. And I don't know if you guys can see this real good, but this thing is going to be freaking huge. Um, so far, these are the pieces that I have. Um, like I said, just by looking at the arm alone, you can tell that it's going to be a massive Build-A-Figure. And I think it's going to look pretty sweet too. So, with that being said, I'm gonna head up out of here, man. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.